Just gonna wait to see this pop up to make sure everything's working okay. Wait for it. Let's see. I see my face. Perfect. Okay, hi. Welcome in. We're doing TPR today. I haven't done TPR in a while. I did do like a little bit of like a practice seed just to double check that I like remember how to play this game. But yeah, we're gonna be doing a randomizer today. Let me think. I kind of set this up so I rolled up a bunch of different seeds. And I took out the ones that had like the really slow dungeons because I'm trying to make sure that we stay within the 3 hours that we've got today to play. But I have like 5 different options loaded up right now. So if anybody has any strong opinions about which one they want to see, let me know. But yeah, what do we got? We've got Competent Big Baba, Harsh Argarok, Obscure Berry, Small Stalfos, and Wistful Morpheal. Those are the 5 options. If anything is feeling particularly interesting to anyone, feel free to let me know, and I'm happy to do that one. But yeah, so we're gonna do one of those. I checked all of them just to make sure that, like, no City in the Sky, no Arbiter's Grounds, because those ones are kind of very slow. And yeah, so we got like 3 hours. I know that my PB for these settings is like under 2 hours, but I'm gonna be real, it'll probably take me closer to 3. That was very good luck, so we're not gonna like bank on that. But yeah, that's the idea. I'm trying to see which one am I feeling? I like Big Baba. Small Stalfos is kind of fun too. Wistful Morpheal's cute, but maybe I'll just go with the first one. We'll see. All right. Without further ado, because I only have 3 hours. For the record, the settings that I'm doing today are the Season 2 settings. Or sorry, the Season 1 settings. My bad. The 1.2 Season 1 settings. There was a tournament a while back for TPR, and these were the kind of standard settings that were used for that. I'm going to be kind of keeping track of things, and that includes hints. This game has hints now, and that was the big thing with Season 1. Hey, Nosley! How's it going? We're doing some good old Season 1 settings that everybody loves, that I know how to do, and I remember how hints work, I think. We're gonna find out. You can help me logic my way through this if you want, because I need to keep it under 3 hours. That's the idea. If I start getting close to the end and it's like not looking like I'm like gonna finish in time, I'll just start rolling up hints inside of the tracker, because that's a fun thing that you can do. But yeah, without further ado, let's play some TPR. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so I'm trying to think. So here, this is the fun thing about these seeds, is you're immediately met with a choice. Although we're gonna check this first. Forest Goron, Temple of Time. Okay. That's fun. Nothing in Ordon, okay. And nothing in Southern Desert. Is that just the whole village? The whole region? I think we leave. That's a crazy start. Okay, 2 seconds. Let me get this down. So Temple of Time's on the board. Baron, Ordon, and Southern Desert. Yeah, right? Fast Dungeons. I did check all of these seeds ahead of time, to make sure that there was no just like City in the Sky or like Arbiters, but I had like 5 different seeds to choose from. I just made sure that there weren't going to be any like super slow dungeons, just because I want to give myself a chance to actually finish in time. But yeah, okay, so that's an interesting start. No Ordon goes crazy. No Southern Desert also goes crazy. This is like very, very big stuff as far as hint goes, like this early on. So I'm in a good mood. Yeah, normally the question is, do you do Ordon Village? All right, real quick, let's just get these down. Iron Boots to Rang, okay. Double Claw Shot Chest in Cack Gorge is an Orange Rupee. All right, that is one of my sometimes hints. Let me just get this all down. Double claw shot, chest, sometimes hint, boom, done. Great. We found Midna's Desperate Hour, like, immediately. All right, I did turn on music shuffling for this. So hopefully we'll get to hear, like, a little bit more of the soundtrack than we normally do. We unfortunately don't have Snow Peak on the board today, so what that's gonna mean is we're probably not gonna hear this song again, so enjoy it while it lasts. But... nothing. Fantastic. Plum is dead. Ice block is a bomb bag. That's interesting. Okay, that's 2 always hints. So, Plum is dead. Ice block is a bomb bag. That's not, like, the most helpful because you need the ball and chain to get that. To get that check regardless, which means you generally, with the bomb bag, have everything you need to, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Over at the Piece of Heart Project, by the way, if anybody's dropping in, who just got here, did I just get a shield? We are currently raising money, for Child's Play, which I believe they get, like, gaming consoles and stuff for, children's hospitals and that kind of thing. So, if you're interested in donating, the marathon's going on all week, by the way. Whoopsies, I meant to talk to Midna. Yeah, I think we're going all the way to, like, Saturday or Sunday. I'll be here a little bit on and off. I'm here today, I'm here tomorrow morning, and then we're doing some Tears of the Kingdom bingo Friday night. I believe the marathon's going all the way through Sunday, though. Saturday or Sunday night. So, if you're looking for, like, Zelda stuff this week, it's literally just, like, 24/7. We'll be here doing different Zelda things. So yeah, that should be fun. But yeah, Saturday. Thank you, Luna. Yeah. Alrighty, so let me just get my bearings here. It's always, there's so many things to keep track of at the start of a seed. That's kind of what this route is designed around, weirdly. This kind of developed during the tournament, where it really prioritizes getting information as quickly as possible, which is a really big thing with hints, kind of telling you where to go and what to do. But yeah, so let's see what we've got. We did get a shield. That was cool. Memo. Oh my gosh. Holy. Southern Desert's dead, so we don't need to do, like, everything there. That's still a really crazy start, though. Did I get both chests? I did. I think I just kind of zoned out for one of them. That'll happen. Alright, let's go here. Go check out the fishing hole. Zelda things. Yeah, there's literally just constant Zelda things. If you check out the schedule that you already found the command, you're like 10 steps ahead of me. Yeah, you can see what people are up to. Yeah, I think me, Fish, Jules, and Dino, with No Meal hosting, are going to be doing Tears of the Kingdom bingo Friday night at like 7 PST, so that should be fun. I think we're going to do like a 2v2. Run around, do some bingo things. So that should be fun. Okay, just a note on the postals here. So as far as like what's actually randomized and what isn't, these are a little bit weird, these settings, but the way that it works is you actually start the seed with 15 postals. And what that means is if you want to get the check that is cashing in like 20 postals to Giovanni, you need to pretty much find like 4 along the way during your route before you go to Castletown, because you get the 20th one in the room with him. But yeah, so you don't have to like run around and literally grab like 20 different postals for that check. You only need like a handful. That looks like a piece of heart. Which we do unfortunately skip in these, generally speaking, just because of the time loss. To Goma. Okay, interesting. Gift from Rallis is an orange rupee. Okay, that's my second sometimes hint. Okay, gift from Rallis, orange rupee. I need to remember that. Do we get to see a rainbow lantern? I don't think we do, because I am playing on the stable version currently. I looked at playing on the new settings, which I think I will be doing soon, just kind of getting to know them and stuff. But I didn't want to get stuck with a check I didn't like know how to do. at any point, or because there's a lot of new stuff in 1.3. Gift from Rallis, real quick. There we go. Done. Am I good? Have I clicked everything off? Have I written everything down? I think we're fine. I think we're fine. Okay. How's it looking with 1.3 tracker? Okay, yeah, so, for those who don't know, the tracker that I'm currently using is one that I make. It's stable along with the stable release of the randomizer right now, but it looks like the new update for the randomizer's like pretty much done cooking from what I can tell. Oh my god, I don't have enough rupees. Wait, I don't have like enough rupees at all. I got too many things. Wait, I'm not gonna have enough money to come back down. Oh my gosh. This is a thing that can happen normally by the time you get here, you have enough rupees. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Yeah, this is still 1.2. So, 1.3 tracker, I mean, I've looked at it. Honestly, the big thing right now is just figuring out how I want to implement entrance randomization. Other than that, we'll figure it out. But yeah, so, I have some ideas. I don't think it'll be too bad to get it just updated so that it's like at least compatible with the current version. I don't think that'll be too much of a job. So yeah, I think probably this month I'm gonna be like getting that done. I want to have it ready to go with the full release of 1.3, just so that they're at least like moving together, if that makes sense. But yeah. Yeah, I just was like, you know what, we'll just warp again and reload. Okay, so now that we're here, iron boots to boomerang, we knew that already. Gift from Alice. Oh, those are all duplicates. All right, that's kind of unfortunate. You sort of like to get more stuff a little bit early on. So the fact that iron boots are path to boomerang kind of tells me it's probably in Goron Mines. It doesn't mean that necessarily, but considering Goron Mines is one of our required dungeons, I'm thinking that that might be what's going on. Farron being path to Goma is interesting. A lot of the Farron checks are lantern locked, so maybe it's something I can grab right now, but also maybe it might be something that I need the lantern for. So kind of hard to know if I want to go check that out yet, or if I want to like hedge my bets and hope that it's a lantern check and then go later. But yeah. Yo, you so epic, how's it going? Yeah, rando team check. Stuff's been going on with the rando team. Hart and I finally finished that video after so long. Oh my gosh. But if anybody's interested in getting into the Wind Waker randomizer, on the, Zelda dungeon runners, side of things, we just put out a video, courteously scripted and narrated by Emmy, that kind of walks you through like what to do if you're like doing like your first Wind Waker randomizer, and like what checks to get and kind of what to look for. So it's just kind of like a how to get started sort of guide, which is cool because I haven't actually played the Wind Waker randomizer, and it made me want to play the Wind Waker randomizer working on that video, so that was kind of fun. But yeah, man, am I getting like nothing? What's going on? Help. Ugh. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. Okay, that's huge, because Temple of Time is on the board. Alright, we like this. Alright, I'm gonna get my last Poe here, and then we're gonna head to Castletown. There's not like a ton we can do there, but we can check like what Agatha has and all of that. So that's kind of a big deal. Alright, yeah, you know what? We're gonna do that, and then we're gonna start thinking about desert. Let me check off what counts as Southern Desert. It's like, it does include the canyon chest, right? I think it does. Yeah. So all of that is out, which is crazy. Oh, speaking of desert, we found the desert music. Alright. Yeah, Wind Waker Rando is really cool. You know what's actually so fun about that one? I was talking to Emmy about it while we were working on the video. Oh, one sec. Shellblade Grotto is dead, and Plum is dead. We already knew that. Okay. Yeah, I was talking to Emmy when we were, like, working on the video, and part of the script was saying that, like, you know, the Wind Waker randomizer specifically has a lot of like cosmetic options. And in all of her gameplay that she recorded, she had like a custom model for Link. And so we were talking about it and I was like, what other like stuff is there like with all of that? And they were telling me, they were like, oh, you can make Link like Sans and stuff. Like there's so many different like model swaps for Link available for that game. And I was like, could you send me some footage of a bunch of different options that I can like just kind of smash cut into the video? Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. Zora's Domain, path to Virus. What did I get in Zora's Domain? What even is there to get? I got the memo. That kind of tells me a lot, actually. Oh, whoops. Let's actually read this, please. Skulltula Grotto chest is dead. Okay. Cool. Let's see. Okay. Interesting. I think, yeah, that means I should go to desert. Outside of OT. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. Yeah, it's got a lot going on in the custom models zone anyway. So anyway, I got sent like a bunch of video of just like different, like it's like Link as Sans, Link as Grandma, Link as like Captain Falcon, I think, and stuff too. It was great. Anyway, so we cut all those in, but yeah, I didn't realize there were so many. I guess it's because it's like cel shaded. It's like probably easier to develop models and stuff for that. And so there's just like a bunch of different like kind of meme options if you know, wanna do Wind Waker Rando as Sans Undertale. It's an option. No one is stopping you. Oh, I didn't talk to Charlo. What am I doing? I just forgot. Anyway, we'll talk to him on the way out. All right, Giovanni was nothing. This is very sad. Okay. But yeah, I guess I should just go to desert, because, like, I can't do the lantern check, but I can do, like, everything else almost. Yeah, I can't just do everything else. So I'm like, let's just do that. Because the Zora's Domain's path to fire, I feel like I'm gonna find my boots, you know? Alright. Well, so far this is going well. Oh my gosh, okay. So, the way that Agatha works in these settings, and I don't currently have any bugs, so there's nothing we can do about that. But the way that Agatha works is there are only 6 bugs in the whole pool to be found. The bug checks themselves are all excluded, so we're not actually going to be checking like the locations that like bugs would have been in Vanilla Rando, or in Vanilla Rando, in the vanilla game. Oh, are you just perma-fear now? Whoops. I'll fix that, my bad. But yeah. So 1 of 6 bugs is going to turn into a ball and chain for me. That is big, I will say. Hey Charlo, what do you got? No, that's not quite the return on investment I was hoping for. Alright, let's go to the desert. Okay, we're done with Charlo. Agatha's got something good. 3 sometimes hints. I have all of my path hints. I have like none of my Baron hints. I mean, I have 1, but we know where to find bombs if we really need them. I kind of doubt we're going to, but we'll see. Okay. Trying to think about what I can do. Oh, did I get the... Oh, I guess we start with this guy. Never mind. We're fine. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not forgetting to track anything. So visually the tracker is like correct for you guys. Wait, did I do this right? If not, we're just doing statues. This is taking a long time to load. I think we're fine. Yes, okay. Just checking. Ooh, this is nice music for Gerudo Desert. I like this. Okay. Southern Desert is dead. So we're just running past everything right now and just going to the northern end. I'm gonna stop by the sign because I think Southern Desert is a starting hint, so that doesn't mean that the sign itself is gonna like self-hint as barren. I'm not exactly sure. We're just gonna find out on the way. I should set it to nighttime before I head in there though, because these guys are kind of funny where you can sort of just like sneak up on them. and execute what we like to call Grand Theft Boar in the middle of the night. It just lets you skip a cutscene. It's oh, you know what though? I would need to reload the area, which probably isn't gonna happen. All right, we're gonna find out the fun way. Hopefully it counted as nighttime when I got here, because that's the important part. There we go. All right, what does this have to say? Oh, Goron Springwater Rush is a skippable bow? Okay, Isa is... Wow, alright, this is a really interesting scene. So what we're getting hints for right now, so it's a skippable bug. The thing is about bugs, that could mean that it is the ball and chain and the ball and chain is skippable. Probably not. My guess is probably not. Wow, that's really funny. There's 5 hints in the game that you get every single time, which also, no, I needed to reload the area for this to work. You need to get them every single time. Or you're given these hints every single time, and it's for 5 checks that are just kind of like not the best, like they're really slow. So like Isa Helping Hand is really slow, Goron Springwater Rush is super slow, Plum, like the fruit balloon mini game. So you just get a hint for those every single time and it just tells you exactly what it is. And there's only 5 of them though, and 3 out of the 5 hints I've gotten for those have been things that are like maybe relevant, which almost never happens, so that's fun. But yeah, okay. Let's head over here. No, leave me alone, thank you. Okay. This is such calm music for Grand Theft 4. All right. All right. Yeah, I kind of want to hold off on checking Farron until, whoopsie, I guess we'll just do this now. Until we get the lantern. Just because, like, most of the checks there are lantern checks. Okay, well, forget I said anything. I guess, I don't know. Path to Phyrus. Wait, so I got Memo, which got me lantern. That's where we're at. Gotta try to follow the logic. That's gonna be tricky. Okay, the good news is we can do literally everything in Farron now. With the exception of the Dominion Rod checks, but nobody cares about that. It's fine. Oh my god, really? I got reverse Grand Theft. There you go, you're done. Okay. Give me the pig, please. Thank you. Okay. Alright, there is a chance that we get something else here, and that's not what it was, but, like, that probably is what it was. What is it leading us to? It's leading us to Phyrus. Huh. Okay, it's not that. We got Memo that takes us to Lantern. Okay. We're fine. Sometimes the logic gets a little bit confusing. You know what? We're just gonna backtrack in a moment to get the 3 checks in the middle. This part's always a little bit awkward. It's really hard to know, like, the optimal order to do these checks in, just because they're all very, like... Okay, that's cool, but not gonna be helping us. What can you actually do with Great Fairy Stairs? I think you can, like, 2-cycle the Beast Ganon phase of the final boss fight or something. I knew how to do this once upon a time, not now. But I can try it. Ending blow. That is cool, but not necessary. Well, it is necessary. Okay, it's looking like that lantern was probably what the hint was referring to, so in that case, we're gonna go to Farron. And we're gonna go check that out. Okay. Man, there's so much going on all of a sudden, and the funny thing is, I have, like, no Baron hints. I got a lot of places I can check, though. Alright, here's the good news. We can start Temple of Time. The thing is, we can only do, like, the first little bit. Yeah. Because, we can only do the first little bit, though, that does tell me a little bit about, like, potentially what order the dungeons are gonna get done in. Meyerfield Spinner Track Chest. That is a sometimes hint. Right? I need to remember which ones are which, but... Alright. Is he asleep? Hello, wake up please. I got bottles to buy. Yeah. Okay. Wasn't that? Yeah, if Iron Boots is path to Boomerang, that tells me that we're probably going to be doing Goron Mines before Forest Temple. Farron being path to Goma kind of means... This is really crazy music for a cave. We could kind of just find, like, the spinner here or something is what could happen. Because that is something that, like, the latter half of Temple of Time is kind of locked behind. Another thing that I'm gonna be looking out for, we only have one of our Baron hints. Out of the 3 Baron hints that you get that are, like, areas that don't have anything in them, right? If there is a dungeon that has nothing in it, you're gonna get a hint telling you about it. So if there's any kind of chance... Oh, we're gonna be a little bit careful about lantern oil management here because I do not have a refill. Yeah, if I've got a dungeon that's just dead, we'll do that dungeon last, because that's always kind of the most efficient way to route it, but we don't know yet, so that'll be interesting. Alright. Be really funny if it's a double Dominion Rod check, because we're kind of running out of checks in the Farron region. Nope. Okay. I think we're doing fine on lantern oil here. Oh, not if the keys mess with me. Please not right now. I'm doing things. I'm actually busy. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Last one. Oh my gosh, yeah, okay, wait, that's huge. Alright, we are gonna clear out this area. Can I... No, I need a bow to full clear Temple of Time. I believe. Right? And probably some kind of sword. It is a little bit early to not, you know, to start doing a dungeon without a sword. But we're in a good spot. The thing about swords is it does kind of tell you a bit about them once you actually get into the dungeons. There's like specific hints. That's not it, probably. Alright, cool. This is interesting. Goron Springwater Rush would be a really interesting way to go about this. I don't remember how much money I need for that, but if I were to get the bow, you know what, let me just look for a second, just so I'm not like, let's do that. Can I full clear it? No, I need the bow. If I get the bow, I need a claw shot to like full clear it. Okay. So yeah, let's go look around for a second. If I'm able to get that bow, though, I can at least, like, beat the dungeon. The thing is, there might be other stuff in the dungeon, and I don't want to be, like, having to come back to that dungeon later. So, yeah. Okay. That being said, because I got the spinner there, that could be a way that I get, The iron boots is maybe I need to go to Temple of Time first, and that's where the boots are. Then we go do Goron Mines, which gets me the boomerang, which gets me to Forest Temple. My guess is I'll be doing Forest Temple last. Like right now that looks like the order of dungeons. It's always a little bit hard to say though. Without all of the info. Hey, yeah, of course. No worries at all. So far I'm having fun. So far this is a really weird but kind of cool seed. I don't know. We'll see. It's got some really interesting logic going on that I'm like, all right. What I'm really looking for is a Baron dungeon hint right now, because that'll tell me a lot about what order I should be doing stuff in. But yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit jank, like, logically what's going on, but, all good. All right. Yeah, I'm probably, like, I'm gonna, like, do this. I might make my way up into, like, the Eldin area. I kind of figured Kakariko wasn't the worst thing, because, like, you end up doing, you always end up coming here. Like, you never fully skip it, so. Yeah. I could, like, enter Temple of Time. It's just if I don't have a bow, I'm gonna get stopped. So I kind of want to just gamble on, like, finding one first. You know what? Every time I open my mouth, okay, I need a claw shot to truly full clear it. Let's get some hints. Let's get some info. Let's figure out what's going on. We're, like, super close to being able to do Temple of Time, though. Yeah, I know about this. I know this is not helpful. Oh my gosh. All right. This is, like, the second time this happened. I was talking about, like, the lantern, and then I got given the lantern. I don't know what's going on with this seed. I don't know. It's marathon luck. That's what I'm chalking it up to. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, whatever. Let's see what's going on here. I need it to be daytime. Yeah, okay, cool. So a claw shot. That's what we want right now. Because that's, or a sword. You know what? I shouldn't forget sword. Sword's kind of big. But yeah. All right, cool. So that means we don't have to worry about Goron Spring Water Rush, thank God. Because it was like, here's the thing. It's saying, like, you can skip the Goron Spring Water Rush bow, and that's because there's more than one bow in the pool, right? This jump will be the death of me. There's more than one bow in the pool. The thing is, even if it's a slow check, chances are it's probably faster to just go do that slow check than to go, like, try to find another one where you have to check, like, 10 different things, right? So I was kind of like, maybe I just do it, but we happened to just find one that was way faster, so that's good. Ooh, all right. We will be doing some stuff a little bit out of logic here, just because I can. All right, what's going on? Isa, Shelby, where are my Baron hints? What is going on? Okay. I don't know. That's the other thing I want, is, some hints as to where, if there is a dungeon I can skip. Because that's really huge. Yeah, no worries, of course. Thank you for the good luck. So far, it's going awesome, so that's cool. Ashe's sketch is a cool item that unlocks exactly one check, and I got a hint already that that check is dead, so not super helpful. But let's go do something a little bit tricky here. This setup is always interesting. There's two checks up here that, are up by the watchtower, and one of them you can kind of do this little setup and jump over to this alcove, and what it lets you do is skip the need for a chicken, which logically you actually need bombs to, like, blow up these rocks to go get a chicken to fly over to this alcove, but it's a close enough gap that you can make it with the right kind of setup situation. So I'm gonna try that. It is out of logic, so that does mean it's, like, only half helpful, but yeah, so whoopsies, excuse me. Oh man. We do have one just regular in logic check first, though. And then, yeah, I'll go up to Elden Field. I kind of want to... Man, bombs would go crazy right now. Are we going to have a pattern? Oh, man, that looked like a bomb bag for a second. I was like... Because I said it. I think I jinxed it. I was like, I got too greedy there. It's fine. Alright, let me think. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can start so many dungeons. 2 of them. Alright, so that's the chest is down below us over here. And normally you need to get a chicken to do this, but I refuse. Mash. Haha. Okay, beautiful. So yeah, this one's out of logic, but that's okay. Not super helpful. That's fine. Okay, gonna head up to Elden Field because there's another sign there. I really don't want to like... I don't want to go to Temple of Time without my Baron dungeon hint, if there is one. There might not be, which means that there's something important in every dungeon, which means we need to like do every dungeon, which always sucks a little bit. Not necessarily. Sometimes there's something good in every dungeon and it's like bombs in one of them and you don't actually end up needing those because there's like 3 bomb bags in the pool. So sometimes you get to the last check or the last dungeon and like even though it wasn't hinted, you know that you can just skip it. So that could be something that we run into, but we'll see. First things first. You know what? Oopsie. I might go get the hint on the other side too, just because we're missing so many. Okay, there's another one. Big. Eldenfield Bombskit Grotto Lantern Chest is an orange rupee. That is right here. I think that's my last sometimes hint as well. Okay, you know what? Yeah, let's just real quick. I was about to go into that grotto. That was probably like the least helpful check. I don't have bombs. Never mind. I didn't know this was here. Okay, that's fine. All right. We're missing one Baron hint, and I'm gonna hope and pray that it is a Baron dungeon, but we'll see. Okay, yeah, you look for him. There it is. All right. Well, we know that the lantern check in here is nothing. Nor the reason why that's a sometimes hint. The sometimes hints by so the always hints are the pool of it's like 5 very specific checks that suck. So you get, oh my gosh, you get a guaranteed hint on those every time. And then there's 5 other hints that are called sometimes hints that are like a larger pool of checks that like suck, but they're kind of just like medium bad. And those ones, there's like a bigger pool of them and it randomly selects 5 of them. The reason this check is like medium bad is normally you come and do this area without the lantern, so you have to leave the lantern check behind. In this very specific scenario, I happen to have the lantern, so I would have been able to just do it right then, but that doesn't normally happen, so. Yeah. Alright, there's gonna be another hint up here at least. Fair and Field being dead is just really nice. That's just handy. It's really nice when it's an area you haven't been to yet as well. So it means we haven't wasted any time like trying to do that. All right, this just kind of always is like this. But we have a sword. Yeah, man. I have a feeling I'm not gonna have any Baron dungeons just based on the other hint logic so far. Actually, Forest Temple could be dead. That would be an option. I could see that. All right. We're gonna do another check out of logic. All right, I'm just like clicking off everything in Fair and Field. I'm like, no, none of that. is another one that you're supposed to need the, double Dominion Rod to do this and bring the statue all the way over here. Jumping the gaps way faster. Even if you have the double Dominion Rod, jumping the gap's kind of just the way to do it. So, yeah. Those two checks, like the alcove chest and this one, are like kind of honorary Sphere Zero checks where it's like... Oops, I bonk my face every time. Where you kind of just do them every time, as soon as you're here. And I'm gonna do this real quick just because if we have to come back, this makes my life a lot easier. There's another one of those, at Upper Zora's River, where Isa is. I tend to not grab that one, though. Oh, wait, once again. I keep forgetting that I don't have a way to explode things. Alright, cool, we're done here. Oh my gosh, what, okay, we're going to Sacred Grove. And probably just gonna start Temple of Time, honestly. But we can do a bunch of stuff before we go into Temple of Time, so, like, maybe there's a chance that I get a claw shot first. Just throw that out there. That'd be kind of cool. But that's the idea. We're gonna at least start a dungeon. I can't, like, if Iron Boots are path to Boomerang, like, chances are it's probably just, like, in, Moral Mines. Not that there aren't other Iron Boot checks, there are, but statistically speaking, I like my odds. Alright, those are both dead. We have all the sometimes hints, so I'm not gonna hear anything about Lost Woods Lantern Chest. You know, situations like this, you really should check the sign first, because if this area was barren, it would tell me. Okay, can't do the Baba Serpent. But I'm just kind of risking it. Oopsies. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, Lick climbs slowly. Okay, we'll do this. Get the lantern chest as well. I unfortunately don't have the claw shot, so I have to do the climb very slowly every time. Yeah, the Lost Woods Lantern, a lot of the sometimes hints are like lantern checks, because they're areas like this where you usually come here pretty early, but you don't have the lantern, so you end up leaving the lantern check behind, and then later on you really don't feel incentivized to come back, because you're just like, oh, to go all the way back to the Lost Woods just to do that one thing, right? So that's why they get hinted sometimes. But I think we've already found all of the sometimes hints, so we're not gonna see this one in the pool anymore. I'm gonna check, Ice Block, Springwater Rush, Isa, Shellblade Grotto, and Plum. Those are the always hints, I believe. And I think I just have all of them, so if I'm not mistaken, I think the only hint that we're missing is our last Baron hint. That seems right. Okay. Oh, where did I get my first sword? Because I should write that down too. It was Elden Field, right? In like the Bombfish Grotto. Oh, I have the short-term memory of a goldfish. Okay. Okay, so you know that whole spiel I just gave about how you should check signs before you do checks? On McDonald's Wi-Fi? Yo, jealous. McDonald's Wi-Fi does pretty well. I have to hand it to McDonald's Wi-Fi. I feel like it doesn't let me down too bad. Generally speaking. Hey, Grovile, thank you. Alright, cool. Owie. Alright, cool. So that means we don't have any barren dungeons. That's actually helpful though. So I think what's gonna happen here, just based on my hints, is like, we're gonna do this. We might have to double dip because of the claw shot. It kind of depends though. We could, there's a sign halfway through this dungeon that kind of cuts the dungeon in half and says if there is or isn't something good past that point. It's the same with Goron Mines. They're the two dungeons, I believe, that have this kind of like special sign feature. And it's because they're like super linear. Like they just like are the same order of operations every single time. So for that reason, it's like, you know, coin flip whether or not we're actually gonna have to do the second half of this dungeon. I would prefer not to, but... Alright, this is what I was talking about with the sword hints. Okay, it also tells me about the, Dark Nut chest, which thank God it's a heart container. That means we don't have to do that. There's 3 swords in Eldin. Oh my god. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Okay, well, we found one of them. I'm thinking Kakariko Gorge might be kind of holding on to some stuff. That's so interesting. Okay. Yeah, I guess. The only way I can get to, the, Stalfos Grotto right now is to do it backwards from Lanayru Field. Which kind of doesn't sound like it. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. Okay. Come here. Okay. I am, unfortunately, doing this wooden stick style. I'll probably switch to Wolf a bit. Just to do damage, because they're so slow. I also don't have bomb arrows, unfortunately, which makes this dungeon way easier. Just because of the, armored, Dynalphos. Oh. You know what? No? Wow. Claw shot also makes this dungeon way better, but... Alright. Let me out. Oh my gosh. Whatever. Okay. Blue rupee? Okay. I am very in a corner right now. This is... That's better. In my opinion. Oh, yep, there it is. Okay. So... We got the boots. Faerun Path to Goma's done. Zora's Domain Path to Phyrus is also done. The lantern got us here, which got us the boots. So the only one that really matters now is that the iron boots themselves are the path to the boomerang, which tells me probably in Goron Mines. So that's going to be our next dungeon. What's probably going to happen here if I don't find the claw shot is we're just going to beat the dungeon, and we're going to be leaving some checks behind, and we're just going to like hope and pray that we don't need them. Because chances are we won't. We know where a lot of stuff is now, so that's not, like, as risky of a play. As far as what I need for Go mode, by the way, just because it's an, you know, important thing, I need 3 out of the 4 progressive swords. We already have 1, and we know that there are 2 other ones in Eldin, which is crazy. So that's, like, the first step. You need the ending blow to actually kill Ganondorf, which we already have. That always is just free, because there's, like, 7 hidden skills in the pool. And you just need to find at least one of them. There's like this tiny microscopic chance that you theoretically could play through the entirety of a rando seed and somehow have hidden skills as your go mode item. You know, it's unlikely, but the chance is never zero kind of situation. All right, you know what? I'm gonna go for like this one time. No. What is it? Oh, do I not have a shield? I do have a shield, it's just not out. There we go. All right. This... Ah, almost. There is a way to do this. Nope. Nope. All right, we're gonna do it the normal way. I tend to waste more time trying to get that trick than actually just doing it vanilla. But it's always fun to try at least once, because sometimes you do get it first try and you're like, never mind. This is so much easier with the cutscene. Yeah, so one of the quality of life changes for the randomizer, which is on right now, is that it skips minor cutscenes. You can still do it. Like, I've done it like 2 or 3 times. But because it skips the cutscene, it's like, I think it's like, I don't know if it's frame perfect, but it's just because it's 2 inputs in a row. That you need to get pretty tightly. Like, you need to get Link onto it at like the last possible second, and then you need to jump up before it starts going back down immediately. And you don't have the hang time of the cutscene to like lift you all the way up, so. Is there an option? I don't think there is currently. I don't know if that's been a suggested idea, because the other thing that unfortunately gets eaten by that whole cutscene situation is there's a skip you can do right before the final boss, like the door that the final boss door to Ganondorf. There's a darknet outside, and what you can do is use the claw shot to actually shoot over it and land outside of the barrier, so you actually can just skip fighting the very last darknet. But because of the cutscene skip being shortened, Link's airtime essentially just gets cut, so it's impossible. And it would be nice to bring those ones back, so you could like still just do like that, you know. Yeah, I feel like it's probably one of those weird things that's like difficult to kind of implement, but yeah. Yeah, so I figured out how to do that one, and it's like really not that bad. But then yeah, it's just like, never mind, cutscene skip. And I'm not willing to turn off that setting, because like, that adds up over the course of the entire rando. You definitely would be losing more time. All right, I think this last check has to be a key. Like, there's really no way out of it. Yeah, all right. We could get lucky. And the only thing for us to worry about in the second half of the dungeon is the big key, or we just get the big key and then there's nothing in the second half of the dungeon. That would be super sick. That would be super, super sick. Because yeah, the thing that really makes a good rando seed in this context is not having to come back to a dungeon for a second time. When you only have to go to each one once and do like the minimum number of checks in it, that's the thing. It's when it forces you to leave and come back that really, really stinks. Cause, okay, a situation that like I could be in right now, which hopefully I'm not, but like, it could be that both of the claw shots are in Goron Mines, and the big key is locked behind a claw shot in this dungeon. So what that means is logically I'm supposed to come here, get the iron boots, go to Goron Mines, get the claw shot or whatever, and then come back here to get the key. And that's just like, there's no way around it. But I don't know. We'll find out. Hopefully it's not one of those ones, because those guys are so rude. Okay, we get to check the sign now. Please! Just a big key, just a big key, just a big key. No! Okay. That's unfortunate for me. Another unfortunate thing for me is I have a wooden stick. And there's some really difficult enemies here. I don't even know how I'm going to do this. if I'm being so honest. Wolf? Because normally bomb arrows are the way to go. I'm gonna fly into this. No, I'm not. Okay. Okay, that works. Okay. How many times, though? I have to do this so many times. Sometimes you just try to read them. Okay, great. Bomb arrows take these guys out in one hit. Otherwise, they are a pain in the butt. Oh, okay. Huh. Bum bum. Okay. This. Yeah, there's 3 checks. Whoa. That's not right. I forgot how this room worked. There's 3 checks that we can't do without the claw shot, because there's literally just no way to get up to the 2nd floor without it. So, we'll see. That's incredible. That's incredible. Huh. What if I just ignore him? Ow! I'm trying to ignore you. I don't know if this works. He might follow me into the next room and cause problems. Ow. No, we're fine. Alright. I'm just not fighting him. I just don't feel like it. Okay, scales. Actually, we will use... We'll use this one. It's kind of a weird thing where these guys like to run away from you. Unless you're on the spinner, then they like kind of flock to you weirdly. Ooh. Okay, I need to not die by accident. That would be really funny, but I'd rather not. Hearts, hearts, no. Alright. It's so nice to have a decent sword all of a sudden, too. This is great. That is the something good as well. Like, that could be it. We might not find the big key that we need here, which would really suck. Because what that would mean is it's locked behind the claw shot, and I have the option to go to Goron Mines now, which means I lose my Uku. And Uku's what lets you, like, warp in and out of a dungeon. And return back to the same room. Because if I have to come back here, like, if I have to get a claw shot in Goron Mines and come back, I'm gonna have to redo the entire dungeon. And retrace, like, all of my steps, which is not fun, so. Hopefully we just find it in this room and it's not a problem, but... Whoa. Let's not mess that up, please. Thank you. Oh, no. Okay. I don't know how that worked out for me, but it did. Yes! Okay, wait, that's huge, that's huge. We probably won't have to come back. Unless we're in, like, a really tough spot. That would be really cruel if, like, I don't know. If the second claw shot is up there, you know? Like, that would be really messed up. But... Okay, I need to get it together with the damage here. I do have Great Fairy's Tears. I could heal. Oh, never mind. We are fine. I'm just doing this very, like... You get used to kind of just throwing yourself into danger in Rando, I feel like, because you always have so many hearts. And then you kind of forget that, like, sometimes you are squishy. I'm just gonna get this chest because I would hate to find out the hard way that I left it behind. Okay. Oh, never mind. It's just the Gomez. All right. Yeah, we don't need to get the Dark Nut, so we're fine. All right, we're gonna get this, and we are gonna save warp to the beginning of the dungeon, and we are going to beat it. This is good. This is good. This is a really good start. Man, you know? I want to say I can just full clear, Goron mines as well. Why not? Right? I have a bow. I have 2 swords. I have boots. I can't get the claw shot chest. That's fine though. Okay. Ow. I'm doing something. Just leave me alone. Alright. Boss time. Yeah. Like, I'm just gonna... 21, what am I missing? Yeah, just the claw shot chest I can't do. That's fine. No. What? Oh my gosh. The RNG on this boss fight is kind of funny. I think theoretically Goma could like go on forever. Because every single time she climbs onto one of the lights, it just kind of reduces the chance that she'll go to another one, which does mean there's a world where you just get stun locked forever. And she just keeps crawling. It's kind of like the Zelda boss fight at the end. The Zelda boss fight at the end, the very first phase of the final boss fight, the minimum number of cycles you can get is 7, but she can kind of just keep going forever because it's like, you know, oh, whoops. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, the minimum number of cycles you can get is 7. But you can kind of think of it as like as soon as she gets to, like every time she, decides to do a different attack, it just like increases the chance that she'll do the one that you need to damage her. Which means there's a world where she just like never picks that one. Even though it gets less and less likely over time. Come on. Okay, this time I'll actually be paying attention. There we go. Boom. Okay. How do I do the- wait, I'm gonna have to do this the normal way. Alright. If you haven't seen how this boss fight ends. There is technically a phase 2, though it is very, very quick. Normally a bomb arrow takes care of this. I don't have that, so I guess... What's the tech? Just regular arrows, maybe? I guess, right? Yeah, okay. I guess that's it. I haven't had to do that in a while. Alright, Temple of Time is done. That'll be 1 Fuse Shadow as well. Which, by the way, we need 3 Fuse Shadows to enter, Hyrule Castle. I forgot the word Hyrule Castle. That's not right. But yeah. Alright, cool. Let me think. I think I just go to Goron Mines. Like, it just makes sense. I'll probably find a claw shot in there. Like, let's be real. Yeah. $100. It's really not necessary. The only thing that you, like, need money for in this game, is Goron Springwater Rush if you need to do it. That's, like, part of, like, the Malomart side quest, if you remember. I guess I'll save just in case, right? Yeah, it's part of the Malomart side quest. You need to pay them, I think it's like 2,000 rupees, then 200 after you do the Springwater Rush. It like brings the price down. Whoops. Something like that. 500? I don't remember the numbers off the top of my head, but to do Goron Springwater Rush in Rando, because it is a check, because you get a heart piece for it, you need to, pay them whatever amount of money. So that requires rupees, and the other one is Charlo. You get a heart piece for donating 500 rupees to this guy in Castletown. So that's the other one that can cost money. But yeah, those are the options. But both of those I know that I don't need to do, so. At this point, any rupees we get are just kind of garbage, unfortunately. Alright. On to our second dungeon. This is, like, actually pretty crazy time so far. If it looks like we're gonna clear this super fast, which, like, so far, things are looking good. What I'll probably do is start adding stuff. So, just to kind of pad the time. Once I hit go mode, I think it takes me, like, 11 minutes-ish to beat the game. I'll give myself 15 just to be safe. But what we can do is be like, alright, we're gonna try to find the magic armor if we don't have it. Okay, we're gonna try to find the last sword. Okay, we're gonna, you know, kind of hundo it a little bit, and see if we can find a couple of, like, more elusive items. Because there's a couple of funny things. We could also show off some, like, just sort of fun game knowledge stuff. But this is really, like, chill music for this. Getting that Zora's Domain for Goron Mines. That is the one dangerous thing about randomizing the music, is the music you get in a dungeon can really make or break the experience, in my opinion. It depends. Sometimes you get something really rough for a dungeon and you're stuck listening to it, for, like, you know, 20 minutes on loop. Zora's Domain goes hard though, so. I will say it's not music that makes me, like, feel like I'm going fast. But it is nice and chill. That is another one I feel like that gets me, is, like, whatever music ends up playing, it's like sometimes it's just, like, music that just feels speedy, so I feel like I'm going faster. Because it's, like, minigame music or something. Okay. Done with that. Cool. Grab this. Do-do-do-do. Owie. It'll be really interesting if we don't find, the boomerang here, by the way. Because, that would... There's not, like, a ton of checks in the overworld that require iron boots. There's, like, a handful, but, like... I mean, even just looking, there's, like, 5, you know? So we don't find the boomerang here. That'll be an interesting little run around trying to figure that out. But every other path hint we have so far, I think, is just solved, because the other ones we got were Farron's path to Goma. We got the spinner in Farron, so that was required to get to the end of the dungeon. What else? We had Zora's Domain was Path to Phyrus. We ended up getting the boots via the memo through, like, we had to jump through, like, a couple of hoops to make that work, but, that's kind of how that one came together, so we're just sort of done there. And then, yeah, so the only one we got left is that iron boots are Path to Boomerang, which makes me think they're probably in here. But yeah, this dungeon as well. So for all of the dungeons, the keys are randomized, but they're inside of their own dungeons, so it's not like I'm gonna find a key outside of the dungeon. They're all, like, in the dungeon they're supposed to be in, just shuffled within it. And the way that this works, for this dungeon is... What did I say? What did I say? We're gonna find a claw shot in Goron Mines. This is... actually crazy. Small key for Goron Mines, alright. And the last small key for Goron Mines, alright, this is fine. Just get them all out of the way. If you remember from, you know, the vanilla playthrough of this game, the way this dungeon works is there's actually 3 parts to the boss key. So every other dungeon, the boss key is just 1 item. But in this one, it's actually like 3 different items that you have to get as like key shards that make up the big key. Normally you get 1 from each of the elders, right? And piece it all together. But for these settings, just to make it so like Goron Mines wasn't like a really weirdly slow dungeon compared to other ones, you actually start with 2 of the key shards. So I already have 2 in my inventory, and we're just looking for 1 boss key item. That's interesting. Actually, I should take note. Zora armor. I got Zora armor and a claw shot in here so far. What else did I get? I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Because iron boots are Path to Boomerang, everything that we get in this dungeon could be stuff that leads me to the boomerang, unfortunately. So, you know, because the iron boots locked the claw shot, like I needed these boots to get that claw shot and to get that Zora armor. All of the checks that you need the claw shot for or you need the Zora armor for could now be the boomerang. Weird that he did a little hop there. So yeah, that's kind of why I'm keeping track of all of that. But yeah. It's a good spot to be in, though. Like, even if it's like, oh my gosh, I have to go check, like, every claw shot check. Because that's probably the item that has, like, the single most, like, overworld checks locked behind it. As far as, like, items that are in this kind of, like, settings item pool. Claw shot just has, like, so many things that require it. I'm just kind of tanking damage. Yeah, that's, an interesting one. I'm trying to think. I don't... We know that there's gonna be something at least good in Forest Temple. If I don't have... I'm gonna try to find the boomerang, but it wouldn't be, like, unwise of me to start Forest Temple after this. If I at least have... No, I don't even need bombs. I just need to get Uku. Because that way I can leave and come back. And once you're down to just 1 dungeon, warping in and out isn't, like, really a big deal anymore. What this luckily does mean is we're for sure at this point, because I can full clear Goron Mines now, we're literally just going to do every single check in this dungeon and just be done with it. I don't have to like, double dip any dungeons, which is nice. So that's gonna save me a lot of time. Alright. Okay, with the exception, and I'm just gonna say this now, to save myself a headache later if I somehow get this unlucky. I guess theoretically the second claw shot, which is required to beat the game, could be one of the checks inside of Temple of Time that we didn't get. But we're not gonna worry about that, because I'm sure it's fine. There's so many other places it could be. There is no reason it's not more likely to be one of those checks. It's just like this small little tiny chance that like it could happen, so it's on my mind, but we're not gonna worry about that. Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. You know what? No, that would be like, that's like the perfect kind of like marathon setting scene though, isn't it? Right? It's like everything was going so to plan, and then, you know, it looked like it was gonna be a total jet seed. And then at the last minute. Surely it's fine. After crystal room, magnet wall chest. Yep, okay. We've made it to the BMOS room. The outside room, sorry. We're going to the BMOS chest. You know, sometimes talking and reading at the same time, just because I have my tracker open, just like looking at all the checks that I'm doing. Sometimes I mess it up. Okay. But yeah, we're gonna full clear this. Gonna feel good. You know, this is kind of a funny thing. This chest in particular is only accessible with the claw shot, right? Like, you have to use the claw shot to get up here and get this chest. And because of that, I have this, like, weird kind of conspiracy theory about this game. I think that's actually my third bottle. Sorry, I think I forgot to check one of those off. Not that they really matter, but, just kind of a fun thing. Okay. You know, if you have played this game, vanilla, you would know that, the claw shot is the item that you get in the third dungeon, which is Lake Bed. And that's the dungeon after this one. So you come to this dungeon in a vanilla playthrough, and you see, because you get like the compass and stuff, right? So like the game tells you, hey, there's a chest up there, and you look at it and you're like, how do I get up there? And you can't, like, you literally can't get it. And it's very kind of weird and confusing. And then you go to the next dungeon, right? You go to Lake Bed and you get the claw shot. And if you were paying attention, you go, oh my gosh, I remember that thing in Goron Mines that I couldn't get. I'm gonna go back there and go get that chest. And you come back and you open that chest and it's like 50 rupees or something. Like, it's not a good check. Like you don't get something crazy for it or anything. And it's really weird because it's the only place in the game that does that kind of thing where it's like making you go back to a dungeon on purpose. Like, it feels weirdly outside of this game's design philosophy to do that. Only the big key. This is incredible. This is incredible news. Give me the big key right now, and I turn around. Okay, we might have to go a little bit further. As soon as we get the big key, we can just leave, though, because we know that everything else is nothing good. All right, we are probably fighting Dangoro, which is it's kind of a fun mini boss. But yeah, because of that, okay, my theory is that originally either the dungeons were in a different order or like which item you get in which dungeon was in a different order. Like, I think it's a leftover of like an earlier development thing that just got left in where you were supposed to have the claw shot at this point to be able to like get that. And things got like redesigned and that just got like left behind there. Cause it's always been so weird to me. Never mind. Okay. Gosh, what is my way back? It's this way. This was a really good time for this, actually. Yeah, so, what am I saying? Yeah, anyway, it's a weird spot. I think that things were supposed to be in a different order originally. That's my conspiracy theory. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Yeah. On that note, though, it's so helpful. Which, like, maybe not, because, like part of the purpose that it serves is what I'm doing right now. which is completely skipping the entire BMOS puzzle and just going straight to the end of the dungeon. Hee hee. I don't have bomb arrows, unfortunately. I do always kind of deal with those two guys immediately because they're a pain in the butt. Yeah, it does kind of serve the purpose as like a way of getting back here if you didn't grab the heart container or something. Like they always give you like a way back. It's just weird to me that there's a chest up there. I'm like... Because yeah, I remember being super disappointed when I went and checked that for the first time and was like, oh my gosh. It was nothing. Because you feel so smart, right? You're like, oh, that checked, but... Alright, I will say a good metric for a good randomizer seed is how many hearts you have. The lower the number of the hearts, the better. Cause yeah, it just means that you didn't collect as many things, which is faster. Do I have the right items out right now? I don't. Oh my gosh. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's... Thank you. Oh my god. Alright, we're gonna go for the re-grab here. After this, we're gonna start looking for stuff with a bit of intentionality. So I'm gonna kind of try to use what I know, to sort of narrow down my search areas. So we need the Master Sword. I know that the two swords that I am missing currently are both in the Eldin province. So that would be a good place for me to start. We did not get the regrab, that is so sad. You have to kind of be pretty quick about it. It's a bit narrow. No. We get one more chance though to try to show it off. Yeah, I know that both of my swords are in Eldin, so that's a good place to look. And I'm still looking for the boomerang. We know that Iron Boots was past a boomerang, so that means it's at this stage, unless I get it as the reward for the boss fight, because that, I guess, could happen. I don't think I got it. That is way too... Yeah, no. Stop it. Aiming. Fall over. Sorry for the scuffed virus. You know what's funny? I don't have any bombs yet, which is so weird. We'll get some eventually, but like, okay. There we go. Yeah, so I need to look in Eldin for swords, and I need to look behind the claw shot and behind the... What did again, I say I don't have a thing and it gives me the thing. I don't know what's going on today. I just want to be so clear. That's crazy, actually. Okay. Never mind. We have bombs now. Oh my god. Wait, no, that opens up so many things, though. Because what I was about to say was where the boomerang is could be behind the Zora armor, which is actually only one check. Or the claw shot, but it now could also be bombs, because this is the only... Actually, no, it couldn't, because I know that the... No, it could. We have some really weird logic for bomb bags and ball and chain right now, because Agatha has the ball and chain, and then the ice block puzzle cave has a bomb bag, and I don't know where that bug is or what it's locked behind. So, like, this could be our only logical bomb bag right now, for all I know. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm just manifesting today. All right, that's cool. Normally it's the opposite. For something like this, you end up getting like the worst possible seed. I was like so stressed that I was gonna be over time. Again, famous last words. Something could go terribly wrong. It's always a possibility. But okay, let's start looking now. Let's start looking. Eldin. We're gonna focus up Eldin. We're gonna look for those swords. We're gonna look for that boomerang. What else do I need? I need the other claw shot. Unfortunately, that is completely unhinted. Like, there's no way for me to know where that is right now. It could just be anywhere. That is a heart piece. Okay. We actually can get that check right now, which is sort of funny. That check, logically, you need the boomerang for it. Because if you stand on the ground and you try to get that heart piece from up above, the boomerang's the only thing that can reach it. Like, if you try to use the claw shot, it doesn't have the range for it. That being said, it actually does have the range for it if you are sitting on Epona's back. So you can, like, get the horse in the right spot and use the claw shot and get it. So it's out of logic, but... yeah. Oh, here's another fun rando thing. If you're trying to get up to the top of the water real quick, just transform, and you're there. It's very convenient. Yeah, that's a fun one. I think that one was a bug, because the way that I'm transforming is by holding down, I'm using a Pro controller, so pardon my remapping, but ZR and Y. Which, by the way, it's a Pro controller, but it's a GameCube controller with notches. Kind of a fun way of doing it. It makes quick spin so much easier. Oh my god. I found that out the hard way after months of playing on a Pro controller and being like, man, why am I so bad at quick spins? And then I modded this one to have notches on it, and oh my god, the difference is like insane. But yeah. Anyway, sorry, lost my train of thought. I know I was saying another thing, and it's gone. I'm gonna be real. Oh, but yeah. You can sit on Epona's back and use the claw shot to actually grab that, so you can do it kind of early if you feel like it. Okay, so we're out of hints. I have no reason to check signs anymore. Iron boots being pathed to boomerang, by the way, could, like, theoretically mean that it could just be a regular iron boots check, which is kind of stupid, but possible. Yeah, we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna go do, like, the North Eldin stuff. And because I have bombs, I can actually complete the Stalfos grotto. There's a grotto with 3 checks in it. 2 of them are just chests, just sitting there. But the third one, there's 3 Stalfos in there, and once you kill them, the chest appears. And that one also kind of sucks, because very often you don't want to go in there and only get 2 out of the 3 checks, because if there's a chance that the third one's important, you're backtracking to, like, a really weird corner of the map just for 1 check. But luckily I got bombs, so I can actually kill them. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. Sacred Grove, is dead, so... yeah. That was kind of the one blunder so far, was not checking the Sacred Grove sign first, and, like, I probably spent, like, 2 or 3 minutes just getting checks in a barren area. Like a dummy. But yeah, at this point, I need a boomerang, a claw shot, and a sword. And I kind of have hints for 2 out of 3 of those things. Or I at least, like, know where to look. The claw shot is, like, the total wild card. It could be in Forest Temple, though. So that's something to keep in mind. As soon as I have the boomerang part kind of figured out, and the sword, I'm gonna kind of just go for it, I think, with Forest Temple and just get that done and hope that we find the claw shot. If we don't, we're gonna have to do some other stuff. But, yeah, so here's the question. I remember where I'm going. I want to dash off of here, I think. I do want to get to the other side here because we're doing all of these. Whoops. There's some tech with this room where you kind of can do it backwards. I think if I hadn't dashed, I would have made it all the way to the bottom. I want to say that's how that works. Been a while since I've done it, though. Okay. Man, we are running out of checks in Eldin very quickly. And there's 2 swords left. I'm thinking Kakariko Gorge is probably going to be at least one of them. Well, we'll start here. Da-da-da-da. Alright, well. In that case. Okay, we found the Master Sword. Incredible. I have shield attack, right? Is that correct? I think that's correct. I'm gonna say that's correct. Oh, I'm gonna check that off, actually. I don't actually have water bombs. There's only one check that matters for. So I need to remember to get those if I'm gonna actually try to do that check. I am gonna continue on here just because, like, I'm in the right area. It makes sense. And because I don't know where the other claw shot is, it does make sense to check other things, but I'm not really, like, locked into Eldin anymore the way I was before. Now it's anything that's hidden behind the claw shot, bombs, or Zora armor, technically. So that's what we're gonna be trying to do. Please work. Okay, whoa. The range on this is so much more than I think it is. Those rocks always kind of crack. There's a few spots in this game that have rocks like that, where there's like 3 or 4 of them. It's the same with like the spinner track chest outside of like Castletown, where there's like 3 rocks. And it always cracks me up because when you blow them up, it's like a scripted event where they all blow up at the exact same time. So like you blow up one, you blow up them all. There's no like just getting one of them. But the sound effects are like, there's one explosion sound effect, and each rock makes the exact same explosion sound effect. So it's just like super loud and gets like super blown out every single time because they just... Fun fact, if you take the exact same sound and you play it twice over top of itself, it just gets louder. So some places there's like 5 or 6 rocks and it just like starts clipping like crazy because it's just like the same sound effect like 5 times, I'm pretty sure. Just playing at the exact same time. So yeah, that always gets me. Alright, claw shot stuff. That's the big one. Like, the thing is, there's other things that theoretically it could be, but it's really the claw shot I want to focus on. Just because it logically makes so much sense. Again, that being said, I don't know where the other claw shot is, so I have a reason to be checking, like, everything still. Okay. Sorry, these are always a little bit elusive. That could get me a ball and chain. There's nothing up Snow Peak, though, and we know that Ice Block Puzzle Cave is a bomb bag, which I don't need, so we're fine. But I'll check it off anyway. Okay, claw shot stuff. Where do I have some density there? My eyes are just like wandering to like Temple of Time and those 3 checks that we left behind because we didn't have the claw shot yet. I'm gonna go back to Castletown. Oh, the other thing. Iron boots are like... There's a world where the iron boots are just directly lead to the boomerang, and it just is an iron boots check that has that. So I think what I'm gonna do here is do this... Actually... Yeah, let's do this. We're gonna go check the underwater gate. Chest, and then we're going to come back here to go to Castletown. And go to South Castletown, because there's a couple of things there that are, claw shot locked. There's also an out of logic check I can do there, too. If I'm careful. Ooh, and then I can, yeah, okay. There's a check you can do out of logic that normally requires, double claw shots, but if you set up the jump the right way, which I haven't done in a really long time, but I want to say I can just remember where you stand, because you kind of just dash at it and it's fine. You can go down there and get that out of logic without the double claw shots, and after that, theoretically, I could go, just fall down and it'll just drop me in Lake Hylia, which would be great. Because there's a bunch of stuff I can do there too. I believe save warping is the move here. It's just faster than swimming back. Okay. Yeah. Alright, I've got my little route. Yeah, we're gonna do Helmasaur, go to Castletown, go to, South Castletown, and then we're gonna fall down to Lake Hylia. It's actually pretty cool. I've realized, just like, with enough time staring at this map, that there's the big, like, waterway thing that it's the plum mini game, also part of the Lanairu Twilight section, where you get picked up by, like, the giant bird, right? And you go down this, like, big crazy river. It's the same as, like, the boating mini game, but, like, there's, like, the giant river that connects from Upper Zora's River, where the boat mini game is, all the way to Lake Hylia. It, like, spits you out into Lake Hylia, right? So those two areas are, like, connected via a few different game mechanics. But you can see it on the map, right? Like, on, like, the actual, like, world map of the game. And it's actually really cool, because if you look at where it is on the map, and you actually go to certain spots, you can actually see the river, or where the river theoretically is, like, the ravine for it in the overworld. So, like, actually, that bridge that I was crossing to go to the Stalfos Grotto, where I went and got those 3 chests, like, that bridge, if you look at the map, you can actually see that the river goes underneath that bridge, and it's like, that's why it's there, which is cool. It's the same with, like, the Great Bridge of Hylia, like, the river goes under the bridge. Like, you can see just everywhere on the map that, the river kind of intersects with the rest of the overworld. There's always a bridge there or something to, like, because it's, like, the ravine that river exists in. It's kind of cool that it's, like, there actually is some consistency there. Like, it's not just, like, random, kind of, like, we plopped it on the map. It's, like, meant to be there. Alright, that was a pretty painless Helmasaur Grotto, which is nice, because I hate this room. Those guys bonk me too much. But yeah, it just kind of, like, snakes around. And then, like, all of the spots that it snakes around, you can kind of, like, see it. Oh, maybe I lied. It's the bridge is after the Stalfos Grotto. You gotta keep going down that path a bit. I swear there's a bridge there, though. I'm not making this up. Yeah. But anyway, because of that, South Castletown, the river actually goes, like, under it, quote-unquote. Like, if you look at the map, the river sort of just completely cuts underneath South Castletown. So, if you jump down into the ravine, it actually just spits you out in Lake Hylia, with no fall damage. Don't ask any questions. Okay. This is kind of what I'm here for. Claw shot things. And iron boots things. I should ditch my bombs at some point in favor of water bombs. Because there's, like, this, like, tiny little slim chance that I might need to, do this one water bomb underwater check. We'll see. I really don't have a reason to go to Agatha. It's not gonna help me with anything to get the ball and chain. Okay. You know, one thing that I didn't do was go and check the South Castletown sign when it was convenient. My bad. But it would have been useful. I never roll here just because you accidentally end up talking to people every time. It's just like the danger zone. Yeah, none of those checks want... I'm just gonna, like, you know. Okay. Behold, the world's most complicated clawshot target. As a quality of life thing, I kind of want them to switch that one to just vines instead. Because it sucks. Because sometimes you clawshot that target and you want Link to grab the top so you can actually pull yourself up like I just did. But the problem with that is sometimes he just grabs the target and is just hanging there instead, so you can't do that, and then you have to just try the whole thing all over again. If it was vines and you could climb them, it would avoid that problem. Also, I know it looks like there isn't a chest here, but just trust the process. It exists now. Nope. Okay. Gonna go for first try on this, please. Thank you. Okay, fantastic. There's like a couple of ways you can get this chest early, but it's definitely easiest to just do it that way. Okay, let's see what we got. Yeah. I think we're just out of hints at this point, so... This is to avoid, I don't want to have to go back to, Kakariko to get water bombs and, like, actually buy them. So if I empty my bomb bag and I get water bombs as a check, like, as a reward for a check, then it'll switch me over to water bombs. So I'm just kind of, like, passively getting rid of them as I go, just hoping that I luck out on that. Wait, what? Oh, I have to actually kill you guys. I kind of just forgot that that's how this worked. There's a similar grotto where the chest is just there and you don't actually have to do anything. It's actually a water bomb fish grotto, which would weirdly... No, I don't have a fishing rod. I wouldn't be able to do that. You can fish out water bombs. Just do it the natural way. It's an option. Okay, after this, yeah, we're gonna do the double claw shot chest out of logic. Which obviously cannot be the double claw shot. It could be the boomerang, and that would tell us a lot about the game logic, which would be really interesting. If it happened to be the boomerang, that would mean that the second claw shot is locked behind the first one. Probably. So that'd be kind of fun. Okay, this is good though. This is like completely clearing this area out, so we will not be back. Okay. You go like here, you look down there, and you hope it bright. Okay, awesome. This is good. Yeah, normally you need 2 claw shots for this check, but... Back slice. Alright, well that's fun. And now... I wanted to go to Lake Hylia. So, this works nicely. Spring? Spit me out in front of the spring. No, you spit me out in front of the plums. Okay. That's fine. we will just go to the spring ourselves. I can do a lot of checks here, not all of them, but that's not too bad. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna do the back room first, just because then I can just jump in the water. There is exactly one check in desert that I can now get because I have the claw shot, which is concerning. It is concerning. But oh, it's the one Greg. There's exactly... That's a little unfortunate. That unlocks every double Dominion Rod check in the game. Luckily, some of them we got hinted out of anyway, so like it might not be all of them, but okay, fine. Okay, fine. It's supposed to be a fast seed. That was locked behind Clawshot though, so that still could be the way to get to the boomerang. So, at this point, everything is still kind of fair game. And, you know, actually, it's gonna tell me a little bit about, where the other claw shot is if, like, we do find the boomerang locked behind one of them. Yeah, because that means that the other claw shot wasn't available, generally speaking. Hints are, like, pretty absolute in that way. So, yeah, that tells me a lot too, actually. Okay, okay, this is good. It tells me, yeah, if we're able to, if we're able to find the boomerang and it's locked behind the claw shot or the double Dominion Rod now or whatever, that tells me that the other claw shot was also locked behind that. Or is locked behind the boomerang. Which would be a good sign that it's in Forest Temple, so at that point we would do Forest Temple. The only other thing that's a little bit, like, concerning, I suppose, is there is some logic for, Forest Temple itself, where the claw shot does unlock some things in there. It's just usually there's another way to get it, so it doesn't really help. That being said, I only have one dungeon left, so it's not really gonna hurt to start Forest Temple at any point. So that might be what I do after Lake Hylia. Just to kind of remove some factors. Okay, excuse me. Come on. These guys are kind of the worst. I kind of forgot I had a bow, I'm gonna be honest. I just wanted to play tennis. Don't worry about it. Alright, we are checking what I think is... And it's not our last Sphere Zero check, there's like technically one more. But yeah, we are starting to run out of them. Oh yeah, my bomb thing I was trying to do. It's not working. I just keep refilling on regular bombs. It's fine. Surely it just won't be a problem. I won't need it. Didn't think so. That's fair. The odds of that were getting pretty slim that would work. Alright, I'm gonna go do the underwater chest, and then... Save warp. I guess we'll do the chickens. That'll actually, like, clear out Lake Hylia, so we're just, like, done here. So... I'm gonna stop by here. This is another spot that... Getting out of water in this game is just usually pretty slow, so... Okay. Helm Splitter is handy. We're not going to Arbiter, so it's like not really a big deal, but... Cool. Okay, yeah. We'll do the statue chests. Then I'm going to start Forest Temple. And just like try to get as far as I can with that. But chances are we have to leave, come back to the overworld, look for some stuff, head back. So, yeah. Got quite a bit of time to figure it out though, so should be okay. My hints are also just like so good that it's like I've been able to write off so many big areas of the game that just I don't even need to check. Southern Desert is like a huge hint. Like when you get that Southern Desert is dead, that's just like I don't know, 5 minutes of time save just on its own. Thank you. Okay. I'm gonna go for chicken regrab here just for the memes. I don't need to do it because I have the claw shot. There is some tech here where like... So these are actually Sphere Zero checks, and that's because anytime, like, you can just go up there, get a chicken, and fly down to these chests, right? The thing about that is, if you don't have the claw shot, you have to do the whole thing twice, which is so slow. But doable, obviously. It's just patience. But there is a way where you can... Okay. Can you move? Okay. Can I get the chicken back? Can I get the chicken back? Link? Can I save this? I can't. Oh, I got greedy. Alright. No, that's fair. No, that's fair. I'm sure it wasn't important. I'm abandoning that check. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. Surely this won't bite me in the butt. There's no way. That would never happen. I just wanted to show off a cool trick, alright? And then I accidentally rolled, and then I fell, and... It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. You're worried about it. Don't. Do I have... Yeah, I do have replacement oil. We're fine. No stealing from Trill today. Unfortunately, it is faster to commit crimes in this game. Which is a little awkward. Like, you can pay the bird, but it just costs time, right? So there's that. We're still missing one of the swords. It doesn't matter. I don't need it. But, yeah. Okay. This is always kind of fun. Clawshot makes this dungeon so nice and easy. Oops. Really? Monkey. Free the monkey. And actually, because of the claw shots as well, I think I don't need to free any monkeys. We just get to skip that part. 'Cause... Oh. Again, I got greedy. We can just claw shot our way to the end. It's not a problem. Although we do need to free like a couple of them just to get chests and stuff, but... Alright, this is the part where it's like... Technically... Do you mind? The claw shot could lock the boomerang. No? Okay, not yet. That is done. First thing we're gonna do is check the hint, because it tells me about the mini-boss. Okay. This is good, this is fine. I guess with the loadout I have, I'll do this side first. Alright. So, the Gale Boomerang check is not important, which is nice, because I don't want to do it. It's not the fastest. The best way out of there is to save warp. Unfortunately. But yeah, we're gonna do what we can here. Which one is this? This is the West Deku, like. Yeah, this is also a dungeon where you... If you kind of know the optimal route through it and you have the claw shot and stuff, you're sort of like doing things in and out of logic as you do it, just because... Sort of an ideal path through. I can't get everything in here right now. Because I don't have the boomerang to actually get the last... chest in here, but... Okay. If you're ever worried about tile worms, the left side of that is safe. Oh, you know what, actually? No, I'm not. We're not freeing monkeys, come on. Yeah, stuff is very out of logic in this dungeon, because, you know, you could use up a key freeing a monkey if you wanted to. Okay, that's nice. But that would kind of be a waste of a key if you have a claw shot, because you don't need them. But since you could waste it, that means that logically a bunch of stuff requires a lot of keys for you to get it. So it makes it a little bit of a weird dungeon, but luckily it doesn't really affect you too much as a player, because, like, if you just know how to do the checks, you just kind of go and do stuff in the pretty set order. Okay. Let's do this. Oopsies. Okay. What's the tech here? I think... Dare I say... Oops. He's so good at dodging. What is this? Yeah, okay. I think normally you go for ball and chain here, but we're not going to be seeing the ball and chain this run just because I happen to know where it is and it's not going to be useful for anything. Okay. So this is that. Central north chest I can do. Okay. Nope. Just look at my map real quick. Yeah, we're good. Okay, we're gonna go to the other side now. We're gonna grab Uku. Because again, chances are I don't actually end up finding anything useful here and we just have to double back. But it's not a ton of checks at this point, so I'm not too worried about it. Fun fact, this chest is out of logic, which you'd think it's like, there's a guy who, you know, can let you blow up that rock, like, right there. Like, why would this be out of logic? That's funny. It's because, you can lock yourself out of it in the exact situation that I'm in right now, where I'm going to get this other chest by lighting all of these torches. And if you do this without a boomerang, also bye monkey, sorry about that, stuck in monkey purgatory. If I go and do this, and I don't have the boomerang, I don't have any way of getting the stairs back down, so it's just like, yeah, not really something that can be in logic until you have the boomerang, because there just is like the off chance that you lock yourself in a corner and you're done for. But yeah. Alright. Getting Uku. This will work out kind of nicely, because we'll be like on the correct side of the dungeon to finish it if I go and find everything outside. But yeah. Okay, chicken. Okay. Guess I can't do that yet. But I can do this. Okay. It's interesting that none of the keys so far have been locked behind anything. I'm thinking, just kind of calling it now, I think this dungeon is gonna be barren. And what I mean by that is there's just nothing that I can, that's actually important for me to grab here. There's only like 2 checks left, so I'm like, I might as well just try. But that bomb bag, if this dungeon was barren and truly had no items in it, we would have gotten a hint saying there's nothing in Forest Temple, right? But that bomb bag probably was the reason that that didn't happen. So because of that, I don't know why I broke the monkey cage. I could have just left. It's a little bit cruel, but... Oh, wait, can I? Oh, fine. Get me out. What? What am I missing here? Oh. There we go. But that bomb bag meant technically there was something good here. It's just, in this context, the bombs really don't help, because it's like, we got a different bomb bag somewhere else that, you know, was way earlier, so none of that. But we'll do one last check, and then we'll leave, go try to find the rest of our stuff. And once we do, we can just warp back and beat the dungeon. No problem, so. That should be nice and easy. Alright, this was the last one that I was... Yep. Okay. This is why we grab Uku. Yeah, we really need to pay attention to what, to, like, how we end up getting, the boomerang and the claw shot. If we find a claw shot, or we find a boomerang, depending on what that's hiding behind, it might tell us more about where the other one is, if that makes sense. Right now, there's a world where theoretically the other claw shot could be just like anywhere. But hopefully that's not what we're dealing with. That looks like a heart piece. Or a hidden skill. Okay. We don't need that. It does speed up the final boss like a little bit, but chances are we just find a different one first, actually. I'm doing the bomb bag thing again now, where I just try to get rid of them all. Okay. Which actually... What? Pretty please. There we go. Okay. We're hoping for water bombs. No. There is a check that I could take a look at that maybe has that. There's one check that requires the Zora armor and water bombs to get, and it's the like underwater bomb bag normally, I think, up in Zora's domain. And the one other thing that was locked behind the iron boots was the Zora armor and a bomb bag. So, and actually, considering I know where, yeah, because of the bugs and stuff, okay, yeah, I'm like thinking about it and I'm like, it could be that check, which is weird, but it's a possibility. So for that reason, I'm hoping to pick up some water bombs. So I can go up there and do that. Okay, well, there's our last sword. Not required to beat the game. Unless Palace of Twilight is a thing. It gets used there, but, for my purposes here, I only need the regular Master Sword to kill Ganondorf. Okay. I feel like there's a pretty good chance it's a double Dominion Rod check. Like, that's what my money would be on, you know? So we're gonna be checking those. Trying to look at where, like, check density is right now. We don't have a lot left. Like, to be clear, I am just straight up running out of checks at this point. We have these two. We have two in Farron. We've got a little circuit around, like, the Great Bridge of Hylia. We've got the one statue chest in Lake Hylia that I missed that we're not going to think about. One in Desert, one on the bridge, and a few up. At Zora's domain. That's it. Oh, and the ones in Temple of Time. I don't want to think about that, because I did say that. earlier that was a possibility, and it is a possibility that double dipping Temple of Time is required. And I would cry about it, but anyway. I don't think I would lose my Uku, at least for Forest Temple, because we beat the dungeon. Which is good. We would only have to, you know, retrace our steps through half of Temple of Time, which is a really slow dungeon to retrace through. So hopefully we just find everything, and it's not a problem. Okay, well that's not helpful. Okay. I'm just kind of going for check density right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're gonna get like 7 things here. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, interestingly enough, in the allotted time, like, I don't think I'll have to, like, check anything. I think, I theoretically have enough time to just check everything that is, like, possible to be left in the item pool, which is good. Okay, this is not super fast. I'm gonna be real. Okay, go like that. Cool. Great. No. God damn. Alright. Ah, run away. Please. I need to start saying please. I was too greedy before. Every time I said I wanted something, it just gave it to me. And I've gotten complacent. We need to start being nice again. The other slightly unfortunate thing. What I'll probably do, if I find the boomerang first, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to Forest Temple, and we're gonna start checking things again, because the double claw shot could be in there. So we would do that, and beat the dungeon. And then if we're going to do any other checks in there, like some of the earlier ones that require the boomerang, then we would come back after beating it. Because there would be like a chance that it's like the reward for like killing the boss or something, right? So that would make the most sense. Okay. Do this. That's okay, okay. Cool. That was a claw shot, locked claw shot. What does that tell me about the boomerang? We're in the same situation that we were before. That's good. That's good. Okay. Okay. That is not far enough. It adds like a few items to the pool that it could be. It just means we aren't going to be like suffering at the end looking for the other claw shot in chaos. It's, yeah. That's a good thing. Okay, great. Okay, it's literally just boomerang and then it's go mode. Sorry, this means it was absolutely no showcasing any LJAs. I only know like 3 setups, but since that's the last item, it's just not happening. We know it's not in Forest Temple now, so that won't be a thing. Honestly, the only thing that could mess us up at this point is if it's back in Temple of Time. That would be really unfortunate. But even if that did happen, we're in a good spot. Okay. Horsey this way. But yeah, so this means that the boomerang could be locked behind any claw shot check or any double Dominion Rod check. In addition to that one water bomb check. Which, again, just give me water bombs, like, please. If you're gonna give me junk, make it water bombs, because that way I don't have to go back to Kakariko to go buy water bombs. I guess... Can I buy them in Castletown? Is that a thing? In the fancy shop? Because they'd be, like, super expensive, but, like... They're just water bombs. It's like, I think I could... Could I do that? I don't know. That would be kind of a weird way of going about it, but it would save me an entire trip to Kakariko, so, like... Kind of tempting. Alright. Yeah, it could also now be any claw shot check or double claw shot check. There's only like 2 checks that got opened up with that other claw shot though. And it's the 2 in the spring, so I could go fix, I could go right my wrongs in Lake Hylia, get the other statue. Then go do that. Actually, you know what? No, it literally cannot be the statue. Because iron boots are not path to that in any way. So, we're not even gonna think about that chest. Yeah, I'm trying to think of the checks I have left. Oh. Of the checks I have left, all of them could be the boomerang, because they're all claw shot locked. With the exception of the statue chest. The one in the desert's claw shot locked, the 2 in the spring are claw shot locked. The 2 in Farron are claw shot locked because the Dominion Rod was claw shot locked. The Dominion Rod again. Castletown, we can go do the 2nd star minigame. And then there's the 2 up, yeah, up in Zora's Domain. Which, again, I need water bombs for, please. And thank you. If, the game could just kind of listen and do that, that'd be really nice. Okay. Yeah. As soon as we get that boomerang, by the way, this is gonna wrap up, like, really quickly. It takes me about... Let me think. Give myself, like, 15 minutes to actually beat the game. Beating the rest of, Forest Temple is probably another 5. So it's, like, 20 minutes. So we have, like, 15 to 70 minutes to find this boomerang, which is gonna let me check, like, pretty much everything that is left. With the exception of Temple of Time. That one would be... That's kind of slow. So I might... Just in the interest of not, you know... having the worst possible outcome happen. Generate a hint just to make sure it's not in Temple of Time. Because that is a thing I could do whenever. Alright. It's fine though, because this will just be the boomerang, and it won't be a problem. Alright, cool. Let's go! Alright, Okay, now riddle me this. Why is it saying I'm not in go mode? Oh, because I haven't beat the dungeon. Yeah, we're fine, we're fine. Alright. It's preemptive, but there we go. Cool. You and you. Who needs water bombs? Couldn't be me. Well, that's fun. You know what we never found was magic armor. If I have time left after, we'll just go look for that for fun. We'll check all of the things that I didn't want to check, like the things I was avoiding, just to like see what could have been, you know? Cause yeah, we'll probably be done in like 20 minutes at this point, which will leave me with like 10 or 15 to kill. So, yeah, that works out nicely though. Thank you to this rando seed for being cooperative. It's always appreciated, and not, always consistent. So yeah, we take those. Get me out of here. All right. Let's see. This boss fight is pretty quick and easy when you have items you're not supposed to have. Although this first phase is kind of just always the same. Yeah. Okay. So normally you need to kind of like run around for a moment and wait for Ook to appear with bombs, but whoopsies. Alternatively, if you have bomb arrows, it's pretty simple. I think if you have bomb arrows and the ball and chain. Okay. I think you can just melee ball and chain the eyeball here, and it just one cycles it. I don't have that though, because we skipped it. Too fast. Alright, that's the end of Forest Temple. Let's go beat the game. Alright, in these settings, I have all of the keys for Hyrule Castle. That's why I was saying, like, it only takes me, like, I think it's like 11 minutes to beat the game from, like, go mode. So in this context, it'll be, like, after I leave this, like, once I'm out of this dungeon. Like, from the time that you, like, warp to outside Castletown to killing Ganondorf. That's, like, ish, I think, how long it takes. Probably, I would give myself like 15 just to be like careful, because sometimes there's a few tricks in Hyrule Castle that I do not consistently get first try, so so there's that. But it's pretty quick, because yeah, you literally just run through the castle with all of the keys that you need, all of the everything. Super nice and easy. So yeah, that's the idea. Let's see. Save. Yes. Yeah. And afterwards, we'll have like 15 more minutes to kill. I'm gonna run around and like find out what all of those checks were that were like all the ones I was avoiding, where I was like, I hope it's not that. And we'll go see what they were, see if we can like find the magic armor or something, because that's always fun. Okay. Let's see what the Hyrule Castle sign had to say. Thanks for that. So, okay, Link's rupee is actually, it's a really fun item. Because it's a purple rupee. It's worth like 50 bucks. But it's the one that's normally in Link's basement that you need the lantern for, right? To get, in vanilla. Now, it's just a purple rupee, and any purple rupee you get has, like, you know, a set text box with it. Also, did we get it? We did. Incredible. Normally you're supposed to get caught in there and have to do, like, a gauntlet of fighting a bunch of enemies, but I decided I wasn't in the mood for that today, so we're not going to. Yeah, but Link's rupee, the purple rupee in his basement, has its own unique text box, which is, you know, oh, you got 50 rupees, you'd, like, completely forgotten about it, like, in your basement, right? Which is cute and all. But because it's got, like, a unique text box, it kind of has, like, a reputation of being, like, it's called Validation Rupee. Oh, I don't have the ball and chain, that sucks. I have to fight these guys, like, normally. Yeah, you don't have that special, it has that special text box. And so, generally speaking, your run is considered invalid if you don't happen to find it along the way. Not actually, but yeah. I think we did find it in Forest Temple. Okay, you know what? This is what the backslice is for. Just destroying... Hey, that did break his guard. Alright, fine. Alright. Guess we should do this. I'm just gonna need this in the next room. And we do not have enough for it currently. Yeah. Also, in these settings, to make sure that there's, like, nothing in Hyrule Castle, all of these checks are excluded. Manually, so that means every chest in here is gonna be, like, 5 rupees, 10 rupees, arrows, bombs, that kind of thing. Yeah. Part of the reason for that, and part of the reason that when we get to the Zelda phase of the boss fight, we're gonna be able to beat her in exactly 7 cycles, is to cut down on RNG at the very end of a race, because these settings in particular were used, like, competitively, right? And it really sucks to, like, be on pace with somebody. You know, if it's, like, photo finish, both people are doing, like, super well, and it's super neck and neck, and then one of them just loses to Zelda RNG, it's just, like, not really fun, right? And it's just kind of the same deal with having checks in Hyrule Castle. It means you find everything, and then it is a speedrun race, essentially, to beat the game. Ooh, uh-oh. No, I have to fight him normally. Wait, no, I don't. Ha! Okay. Normally that's a really bad sign, and you have to, like, fight him normally if he locks onto you, but he somehow just, like, he, like, locked onto me, and then he was like, never mind, I can't see you anymore, so we're fine. As soon as they have their guard up, the bomb arrows don't work anymore, but if they don't have their guard up, it's a one-shot, so it's kind of like, you want to make sure you don't miss that. I only have 2 arrows? Okay. I can fix that before we get to the end. It's not a problem, but I do need, like, a couple of arrows for the boss fight. I guess, actually, could I get away with 2 arrows? This is insane music for this, by the way. Alright, this is already dead, because I'm covered in rats. There's invisible rats in this room. If you do something like bonk your face, you need to reset. Because this movement is very specific. There we go, okay. That's the part that I mess up a lot. Second try is perfectly fine by my standards. Only one of you? Come on. Come on. Give me arrows. No? Nothing? Alright. Just makes things a little bit faster. This is why we need the double claw shots, by the way. It's just getting through the castle here. It's kind of funny when the music gets randomized to something like this in this area, because the way the music works when you're ascending Hyrule Castle normally is there's like, as you go up the stairs and like get to each kind of little landing here, like another layer gets added to the music. It's kind of like amping up as you get closer and closer to the final boss door. So that means like the music's sort of chopped up into all of these layers that get added at each sort of like checkpoint, right? But if you get a song like this with like weird layering, you end up just getting like one instrument out of the whole mix. That was good. That was good. Excuse me. Okay. This is the guy that we were talking about earlier. You can actually claw shot to this target from outside of the arena, which lets you, am I gonna have to go into... Oh my god. Really? No arrows? This is so dumb. I'm gonna go get some arrows, I guess. Let's see, you know what? Actually, because we do have some extra time, let's do it. Let's check out Treasure Room and see what we got. It's actually all has to be junk, because it's all excluded. There's my water bombs, yay. Nice. And, okay, we're good. They're all just gonna be rupees and arrows and stuff, so. There's no point checking them all. We're not gonna find the magic armor in there. We'll try to find the magic armor after this. But yeah, you can like claw shot to that target, actually, like the one just to the right of the door here. And you land outside of the barrier. So the barrier activates and there's like this little cutscene where the walls go up. But then when you get out of the cutscene, you're actually just standing in front of the door, so you can just leave without having to fight that Dark Nut. But because all the like minor cutscenes are skipped, just as like a quality of life improvement in the rando, the lack of that cutscene means that that trick doesn't work, and you end up landing inside of the barrier every time. So you have to fight that guy every time, unfortunately. But yeah, stuff like that. It's like I'm not actually skipping the cutscenes; like it just does that for me, which is really nice, because I would forget. Okay, so this is what I was talking about, how this is like fixed RNG for this fight. She's gonna do exactly 7 attacks, so that was her first one. Assuming I don't mess up, to be clear. But yeah, then she does 1 of these, and then she's gonna do another ball of lightning as her 3rd one. Don't make a liar out of me. Okay, yeah, we're good. And then she'll do 2 more attacks, then 1 more lightning ball, which in the vanilla game is like the best possible like RNG you could get. And so yeah, just to cut down on like people losing just because Zelda decided to be mean that day in races, it's fixed so that the last one here, okay. Sorry, I can't count it. She does 3 and then that. Then she gives you the lightning. There we go. Cool. All right. Phase 1 down. Ah! Okay, I do this every time. Let's see. Oh, let's go. Okay, that's actually huge. I always forget to equip my bow ahead of time, and I usually miss that, and then end up getting hit in the face. So this is a nice change of pace. Where is he? He's above me. All right. Come here. Whoa. That should be enough. I think it's wolf time. kind of always forget how the cycles work on this one. It's a little bit awkward. If you try to shoot him with the bow too many times, though, he just starts warping away. The boss fight kind of forces you to go Wrangler mode with him, so... Whoops. Alright, and then if I'm lucky... I think he'll just do the quick one now, and we're good. Yep. Except I didn't target. Okay. We are good. This is the last one. There it is. No! There he is. Got it. You need to not press the control stick or else you attack at him, and that is not helpful. Alright. On to the most difficult part of this boss fight, which is the third phase. The horseback one. If I don't get knocked off my horse, we're happy. Just for the record. That is, what we're working with. Alright. Okay, this is good. No, this is bad. It's fine, though. Okay, we're good. Alright, and we just want to stay behind him, like, the whole time. He's gonna try to do some fancy stuff. We refuse to listen. Okay, and then again, just stay behind him. Yep. Awesome. Okay. Alright, I missed the first shot, which is unfortunate, but way less time lost than getting knocked off of your horse. That is not ideal. Cool. Yeah, and then we just do the last little one here. What time is it? 6:42. I have until 7 p.m. So, just for any of the organizers, I guess. Actually, let me check the schedule. Who is up next and what are they doing? This is right now. Zelda is doing the Skyward Sword Randomizer next. So that's at 7 o'clock. If they want to start early, by the way, totally an option, because after this I'll just be done. But I'm totally good to keep going until 7. And we can just go check, like, I left a few things behind where I'm like, I kind of wonder what that was. So, might have been something good, and I just walked past it. So, that'll be interesting. Whoopsie. Alright, that's not a great start. Nope. Missed the spin. There we go. There's one. Just gotta do that a couple of times. Ooh, but not... No! There we go, 2. Nope. I end up side hopping a lot of the time by accident. There we go. Alright. And... time. 2:35. Perfect. Perfect. That's kind of what I was hoping for with these settings. We were leaving a little bit of padding for randomizers being randomizers, where sometimes they're awful. But anyway, yeah, that was actually a really good seed. It was fun. I could have made some, like, better routing decisions at certain points, but some stuff is just kind of a coin toss. Checking out, if I had checked the right things first, I would have been able to have skipped doing anything in Forest Temple and would have been able to just, like, run through it super fast. It was still pretty quick, though. I mean, we only stopped to check, like, 3 extra things after the boss key. So there was that, and then just the warping time, and then, the 2-3 minute blunder in a Sacred Grove by not checking those first. Would have been nice, but let me think. Let's see. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna reset here. I'm also just gonna send them a message just so everybody's aware. And get this loaded back up, and we'll go check out some other stuff that I missed. We're gonna see what the other chicken chest was. Okay. Alrighty. Let's go see. What did I not end up doing? I'm gonna go find out what the chicken chest was, because that one's always, like, a whole thing. The ones in Temple of Time are interesting, too, because, like, it could have been something kind of fun. What I'm hoping for is magic armor. That's the item that I'm looking for at this point. Yeah. Because it's always a fun one. Fun fact, magic armor actually can have some applications in the randomizer. It's all, like, almost glitched logic kind of stuff, because there's different logic settings for the game if you want to play with specific glitches in mind, where it means that you're not doing stuff out of logic. Because if you're doing something out of logic, chances are it just lowers the likelihood that it's going to be good, because following the logic through the randomizer, like, usually is the most efficient path through it, right? So if your goal is to go fast, you know, playing within the logic is a good idea. But for that reason, obviously, like a lot of randomizers, there's like a glitched logic set that takes certain tricks into account. So, so you can do that. But part of that is also this little piece of, like, niche game knowledge where, the magic armor, when it's fully drained, actually acts like the iron boots. So if you're wearing the magic armor and you don't have any rupees, which, okay, let's see. What? Okay, it was just $100. We're fine. Yeah, if you're wearing the magic armor and you don't have any rupees, it actually acts like the iron boots, and it lets you, like, sink down to the bottom, right? Of certain bits of water. So, like, if I didn't have the iron boots and I wanted to get these checks in the water, but I had magic armor instead, I actually could go and get them, I think, is generally how that works. So, that's the idea. I think you can still open chests with it. But anyway, yeah, it lets you do some things a little bit differently. Very rare that it comes up. Because, logically, that's, like, a pretty, like, niche situation to be in, where it's, like, I need to be able to sink, and I have magic armor, and the ability to drain rupees, because here's the thing. This game gives you a lot of rupees just by checking things, right? Like I mean, even just these ones, it's like $100, you know? So your wallet's kind of always full, and it takes so long to drain it. For that reason, it does mean that in some cases, and I think I've done this, like, oh, okay. I think I've done this, like, 2 times, where this has actually made sense. But, you can, go to Trill, who's the bird that you can steal from outside of Forest Temple there, who runs the shop, and the way that you pay him is via donation box, right? That's why you can steal from him. You can take the stuff and not actually pay him, but if you do that, though, I mean, it's also, like, the game doesn't put anything in place to stop you from overpaying him either. So if you want to empty your wallet to use your magic armor as iron boots, you can just go to Trill and drain all of your money that way. Which, like, there's been 2 or 3 times where going into, or it's like you're, like, around Forest Temple for whatever reason, and yeah, I've had a few times where it's been like, you know what, actually, if I stop here right now and give Trill all of my money, I can go do this check over here, and it actually ends up being the most efficient way to route it, which is fun. But yeah. That's kind of the thing I like about randomizers as well, is there's always obviously like based on the seed, there's going to be an objective fastest way to have played it. And it's kind of like trying to see through the weeds as you're playing, to figure out what that route is. Which is fun because like occasionally you have a route that you played where you're like, that was kind of almost perfect. Like, you know, with the information I had, I made all the best, you know, choices. Actually, did I have water bombs from a random drop? I might have. It's fine. Anyway. Behold, Barnes. We got to see him. He's included. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna go check the underwater Goron, because I'm curious what was going on up there. Cool. Okay, this is what I was talking about. This is like the one thing that you need Zora armor for. Assuming that if you have Lake Bed, obviously, as a dungeon, like, you need your Zora armor, but, it's a weird item that way. Like, if Lake Bed is a required dungeon, it's, like, one of the most important items all of a sudden. I accidentally just sold my regular bombs is what happened. That's just not even... Okay, whatever. But yeah, it's, like, one of the most important things. If you don't have lake bed required, it literally gives you this one check. For that reason... Whoops. If lake bed isn't required... It was the mortal draw? Okay. If lake bed isn't required... this can be a sometimes hint, I believe, where it'll let you know, like, hey, you don't need to do that check. Because it makes it kind of an annoying one, because you tend to... the idea with, like, the sometimes hints is it's mostly cutting down on checks that, in a lot of cases, you're usually heading back to an area just to grab that one thing. And it's just taking some of those out of the equation just to, like, speed things up. We got really lucky with hints, though, this time. Like, all of the hints that I got were, like, super useful. The only kind of bait I can think of... Because the double Dominion Rod wasn't bait. That's something that happens a lot. Hey, welcome back. Yeah, I don't know if you saw my message. I'm good to just, like, keep going for however long and just, like, essentially, like, clear up the rest of the checks that we never saw and just, like, see what's what. Yo, Zoda, how's it going? You're up next with the Skyward Sword randomizer, right? So, yeah, just let me know when you're ready to go and we can trade off here. But yeah, it's kind of cool. We're going through randomizers, like, in chronological order. Ooh. We could go talk to Agatha. We could do that. Oh, that's not what I meant. No! Go back up. Oh my god. But yeah. It was good though. We got, like, kind of the perfect seed for this. It wasn't, like, such a jet that I was like, oh my gosh, I have an hour left. But it was, like, fast enough and, like, had interesting logic in it and everything, so I'm happy with that. Because you don't really know what you're gonna get. The only, like, vetting I did of the seed was I just made sure that it wasn't a seed. I had, like, 5 different options for seeds, but I just made sure that they all didn't have, like, City in the Sky at the very least as a required dungeon, just because that one's so slow. Yeah. So, yeah, that was kind of goofy. Okay, cool. I'll go talk to Agatha. We'll see what she had. We'll do Star 2, see what he had. That's always fun. And then, yeah, I'll probably just, like, cut it then. But yeah. Thanks to anybody who's been lurking, by the way. We appreciate it. And yeah. Let me think. I guess this is the part where I start yapping about what's coming up. So, immediately after me, because this is a marathon, if you want to be watching Zelda stuff this week, it's a good place to be, because the Piece of Heart project is going to be live until Saturday. I think 24/7. It's like a pretty packed schedule. There's a schedule command to see what is being played. As far as what I know is being played, immediately right up after me, Zoda is going to be doing the Skyward Sword randomizer. And then, for what I'm doing for the rest of the week, I'm back tomorrow morning to do Link's crossbow training, which is this game, but not. Which, by the way, I have no idea what the plan is for that. Here's the thing. I'm kind of thinking, I'm like, you know, maybe I try to do, like, full platinums, because I have, like, 3 hours. I have no idea if that's realistic or not. I have not played Link's crossbow training in probably a decade. So we're just gonna kind of go for it and see what happens. I'm sure I can at least beat it, like, do every level, but if I remember, there's like 10 levels, and so I think my idea is like to try to get like the best possible medal for each one. Screw you, Perlo. He never gives me anything good. He's so mean. But yeah, so I'll be back at like 7 a.m. PST tomorrow, so it's like super early. We're gonna play Link's crossbow training for a bit. I might do regularly scheduled. I don't know if I'm gonna do a normal stream tomorrow as well because it's so early. We'll see. If not, I'll be hanging out here. Either way, I'll be lurking tomorrow, seeing what everybody's up to. But yeah, so Link's crossbow training very early tomorrow morning, and then Friday at 7 p.m. PST. We are gonna be doing a group Tears of the Kingdom bingo race. Challenge. Competition. Yo, big wallet. Yeah, it's me and Dino, Fish and Jules. And then I believe No Meal is going to be hosting that and kind of just doing comms. So he'll be the one actually streaming to the Piece of Heart Project Twitch with all of us up there, kind of giving you the play-by-play. For reference, just so everyone, Dino was, me, Dino, and No Meal were all in the Tears of the Kingdom bingo tournament that happened last month. Dino and No Meal were the two people who ended up in finals. Those were the two people against each other. Dino was the winner, so he's objectively like the best player in the world currently. So I'm scared, but it's fine. I think we're gonna be on 2 different teams. It'll be like a 2v2. And yeah, we'll figure out what format we're gonna do and stuff, but it should be fun. Either that, or maybe I say, never mind, Dino, you don't get any teammates. I'm stealing everybody because you're too good at this game. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, and so No Meal's gonna be doing commentary for us though, so he'll be able to kind of like tell everybody what's going on as a very well-informed player, which is great. Yeah, so that should be fun. Looking forward to it. I will see you guys tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. for Link's crossbow training. That's the next thing that's up. Otherwise, I will just kind of be around, probably lurking in the Skyward Sword randomizer that Zoda's about to do. I think that's probably the plan. Yeah, so if that's all good, I guess I will wrap up now and get offline so Zoda can get set up for their time slot. So, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. I'm gonna cut stream here. But don't go anywhere. Do refresh in a couple minutes just to make sure that the stream comes back for you. Yeah, so that you can stay here and hang out with everybody for the Skyward Sword randomizer. But yeah, have fun. Thank you for having me. Thank you to the Piece of Heart Project. ! Donate if you're interested in donating. Thank you for lurking as well. Everything helps. But yeah,